Hello, my name is Megan O'Russell.
And my name is Christopher Russell, and you are listening to WK Late Night Radio. No, I'm kidding. I'm just doing this voice because it's almost gone.
You know, your voice is a warrior.
Yeah.
It is losing. So you know what we should do right now?
What do we need to do right now?
Podcast.
Yes, we should.
That's exactly what we should do right now.
Absolutely do podcast. Wait, can I tell everybody why my voice is like so fakaked right now?
I love the word fakaked.
It's a good word. So it was awesome. But I just had I can just say it at this point.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You have something attached to your eyelashes. Thank you,
baby. I appreciate that. No,
I
wouldn't have liked that going into my eye. So I had a. Am I allowed to say it at this point? What the role is? Well, yeah. Okay.
I do not know the Friends with Maleficent rules of Disney or of Universal.
So I was the beloved time traveler from the Back to the Future movies on Thursday, and then Friday, following which I had a dinner show at Titanic where I play Thomas Andrews Jr. And do a lot of talking. And then Saturday had another Doc Brown shift into another dinner show. And then Sunday had 2 tours, one of which had 29 people, including like 15 children. And then today also had a tour. So I'm just, y'all, the struggle is real. Ella's going to sound real sexy today.
Ooh, sexy Ella.
Yeah. Because we've all gotten so close at this point, I want to let you know that we just did a pause in our podcast because Megan had to get something off of my face by licking a paper towel.
You had a little bit of sauce in your chin dimple from dinner.
So funny. No, yeah.
You had a little noodle sauce.
A little noodle sauce in my chin.
Had to go.
Speaking of noodle sauce, why don't you talk about what you got for Tampa Bay Comic-Con? I'm really good at segues.
I'm like looking for a relation.
There's not one. Just go with it.
No, I can do it.
Oh my God. It's spicy.
No.
It makes you look saucy.
Because noodle sauce is truly usable in so many ways to make life better. Much like that for my time paneling at Tampa Bay Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I have found a very... No, I ran out. I tried really hard.
Okay, well, just tell them what you got because it's awesome.
Okay, so what I did, because I'm on a lot of panels at Tampa Bay Comic-Con, but I don't actually have a table. And it's going to be my first time paneling at a Comic-Con, but not tabling, which is actually great because I'm going to be doing the same thing basically at Dragon Con. So this will be great practice
nice tester run, yeah.
For the giant, the monster of Dragon Con. I'm really excited about it, but it is terrifying. So what I did is I spent a lot of time finding the perfect makeup train case for my book's trim sizes. So I now have a 4-wheeled, it looks like a suitcase. It's a 4-wheeled spinnable makeup case where I can perfectly fit my books to line up. I can fit 30 some books in this case. And they're not just like stacked in a suitcase where they're all going to get nasty. Like,
no, they're beautiful.
Oh, she's slick.
Yeah, well, I'll have to include a picture.
And with the drawer, the open drawer.
Yes,
the drawers are the impressive part. But also because now I have ebooks available for purchase at cons with like the Ilbrea ones have a copy of the Ilbrea map on the back so you can have that. Bubba's decided something outside the window needs to die. So if you hear some strange squeaking, don't worry, we're not dying. Bubba just wishes he could kill. He can't. He actually can't rend flesh with his teeth, even like tuna, but he can't handle it. Anyway, so this rolling cart is super cool, and I have the ebook things, so I can just push it in front of me. So if I have to go through like the trade hall or anything like that, I can be super compact. It's not going to hurt my shoulder. It's not going to hurt my neck. I'm going to look super, super bougie. I'm going to look so cool. I'm gonna have to find somebody to take a video of me with my little mobile bookstore.
I wish
while there's like amazing cosplay going on around me because I am just so damn proud.
This will be the first con that you've done without me since your very first con, which was Awesome Con in DC last year. And it stinks, right? But because I have 2 jobs, I couldn't just keep I love my employers. They're so great. I'll be like, hey guys, I need to go away for another Comic-Con. And they're like, okay.
Well, the thing is, because this one is close enough I can commute. And then 2 weeks after this, We have Once Upon a Con and National. You have another hair on your nose.
Oh my!
You were such a mess today.
Yeah, I am.
So we have that in National Harbor around DC. And then a couple weeks after that, we have Dragon Con in Atlanta. So you just can't ask for that many days off of work in a month.
It's too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
I'm stoked for those 2 cons.
There is a thing, such like living in grace and favor by being an excellent employee so that they're willing to give you a little leeway is one thing.
Yeah.
But there's a point where that leeway is like, no, that's too much.
Yeah.
We don't care how much we love you. You can't miss that much
So
work.
Titanic and Universal, if you're listening, we just want to say you're sexy. Okay.
Are you going to get like in trouble for harassment for calling Universal sexy?
Oh gosh, I hope not. Well, we'll see.
If we get sued by a corporate entity, we're going to get so famous.
That's true, we would. No, but don't sue us, please. I was like, I'm going to add something funny to that. I don't have anything. Just please don't sue us. I feel like South Park right now.
Okay, we're not talking about that. We're not.
No. What I will say is I just, if you want to see brilliant satirical humor, it's just brilliant satirical humor. Go and watch the most recent episode. It's just fantastic.
Adult content warning.
Yes, but they do what they do best, and they do it so well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So was there anything else that we wanted to add before you give us a previously on?
No, I really just want like adulation for how cool my book card is. But
it's freaking cool.
I am so sleek.
You are?
Like, I'm going to look fancy as fuck, which we in this house call faff. So that when you're out someplace in public and you're like in a really nice restaurant and you're feeling like super bougie, you don't say out loud, wow, I feel fancy as fuck right now. Because you're not supposed to say that in fancy restaurants.
Yeah.
So instead, we use the code faff.
True.
Wow, this is faff.
You know, it's funny. You said
ooh,
faff,
I'm feeling faff right now.
and it reminded me of some extracurricular activities that I have undertaken since the last time, which was
I'm terrified. What are you talking about?
FNAF, which is Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay.
And Terrifier. So those are 2 of the haunted houses that are coming to Halloween Horror Nights. And so I decided, I'm like, you know what? I can do it. I can watch Terrifier. I can play Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's, awesome game. Terrifier, tell me who out there likes that movie. And I know that you're out there, but like, why? It's so bad. I mean, the kill gags are amazing. It's incredible physical effects. Like, it's really, truly amazing. But why?
Because some people like peeps.
Oh, man. I can have a peep every now and then.
There you go. Some people can have
What about those like peppermint peeps that have that dark chocolate bottom? Are you really?
No.
You just don't like peeps?
No.
Man.
No. If you skewer it and put it over a fire and treat it like the marshmallow it is, then it's fine. But I did that at cast housing once, and peeps. I got criticized for roasting the little peeps.
You shouldn't roast the peeps. They're so cute.
Okay, well, it tasted better roasted.
All right. Oh my gosh. Okay.
It was kind of fun to watch the sugar burn off the outside. It was like...
All right, why don't you give us a last time?
I feel like if you look through all my books, you'd be like, wow, she's a pyromaniac.
You are a pyromaniac.
No, I'm not. Pyromaniacs actually like things on fire. I'm just fascinated by fire.
You did plenty of lighting things on fire in kitchens. It's true.
Those were accidents.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I didn't say I was competent in that accidents. I am incompetent in that accidents. I lit a kitchen on fire boiling water.
Yes, you did. All
right.
So I'm excited to see how you do this previously on, considering what last time was. But I want to hear. I'm excited. What? Baba, you were okay.
No, he's not. He has never been loved. He has never been fed. Everything is horrible.
Everything is horrible.
Sometimes I feel like he feels like the other babes are like happy cats. And I feel like he can like listen to the news in his head. And when he walks around having an existential crisis, it's because he's up on current affairs.
Maybe. Baba, I love you. Come here.
You are just like my mental health, screaming for attention and hope.
All right. So why don't you give us a previously on? Oh my gosh, I am so silly. We should introduce the beer of the week. It's a new one. It's not Golden Monkey this time.
Okay, do it.
All right. So this is Unholy Triple, which we have featured before, probably a couple of times, because it is the only hoppy beer that Megan actually fully enjoys. Mm-hmm. You really like you taste the hops though, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't taste like socks. It just tastes like hops.
I wonder what kind of hops it is in this.
I think it's because it doesn't feel like it's trying to murder my tongue.
No, that's true. They are subtle.
Do I get to do the previously on?
Yeah, you can do it now. Previously on.
That's my job. Previously on. Diary of a Blood-Bound Werewolf.
Nope. Try it again.
I did it wrong.
Blood marked. No, that was gold. It stays. Yes, it does. Do it again.
Previously on. Diary of a Blood-Marked Werewolf.
That's it.
Yes, I'm winning at life. Tragedy has struck at the Laureldale Food Truck Fest. After her first night out on the town after having been kidnapped, Ella catches a vision of the bandstand roof collapsing. She does her best to try and save all of the dancers on stage, but one gets a little smooshed. Just one leg, but that's bad for a dancer.
Yeah.
And now they are arriving back at Kate's house after the smooshing.
Yes, they are.
I think it's hilarious that like one of my huge PTSD triggers is things falling on you, and I'm like, collapse roof, smoosh.
Yeah, that's fair. I didn't think about that.
It is really weird of me.
That is a little bit. Well, maybe that's you like living out your traumatic experience.
I think it's more that like if you're using certain kinds of things, having gravity in your favor just helps.
Oh, yeah,
like,
right.
just, it's gonna have to come from above, because that shit's easier. Like,
that's
gravity's a big deal. You let it work with you a lot easier than trying to, work against the big G.
Gravity. Look, I've got the correct raspiness right now.
Is that a real song?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah. What is it? John Mayer? I don't know. We don't like John Mayer, but still, isn't it John Mayer? I think it's John Mayer.
I don't know why you're looking at me like I'd know.
I don't know, because you went to summer camp. I don't know what that has to do with anything. All right, are we ready to get into the chapter?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it. All right, so I'm going to do my normal relocation of the microphone. Should I read the whole thing like that?
No.
Okay. Diary of a Blood-Marked Werewolf by Megan O'Russell. I won't do the whole thing, I promise.
I'm really proud that you got the title right.
Chapter 5. Playpen. The title makes me laugh. I know that I'm the one that ultimately chose it, but I love it. And it makes sense, I promise. Okay. Chapter 5. Playpen. Luca wanted to escort me all the way back to Kate's, but she wouldn't allow it. Just like she wouldn't go for Jason's plea to bring me up to his family's home above the Argo to wait out the traffic as everyone fled the park. Going right to Kate's with my human friends in tow was the only option my guardian would consider, even demanding her preferred seating arrangements for the trip back. Paige driving Jason's car with me in the front passenger seat and Jason right behind me. Sensible, what with Jason being the largest and fastest of my human friends, therefore the most likely to have a chance of catching me if I bolted. But I couldn't afford to run away. Just like I couldn't afford to start thinking of my friends as captors. The joyous task of repeating, they hover because they love, they hover because they love, between obligatory responses to Jason and Paige's post-bandstand collapse, how much do we have to worry about Ella's mental health session, acted as a great vision barricade on the drive home. Well, not just a vision barricade, a temporary dam holding back the flood of awful. We should watch a movie before bed tonight, Paige said as she parked in front of Kate's house. Something fun. Translation, lacking trauma triggers. Sounds great. I climbed out of Jason's chronically coffee-scented car, heading straight for the front porch, ignoring Kate tearing up the driveway in her car like my having only 2 human babysitters was the equivalent of leaving a gasoline-soaked toddler alone with matches. Do we want to wait for Sydney and Andre to pick the movie, or say they don't get votes since they aren't here? Paige caught up to me as I reached the front door. They don't need to come over tonight. I pulled the key to Kate's house from my pocket, fairly fucking proud of how steady my hand stayed as I slipped it into the lock. They want to come over, Paige said. I pushed open the door, reaching over to turn on the entryway light without having to look for the switch. A seething bubble of self-loathing pulsed in my gut. This isn't home, Ella. I pummeled the self-loathing down, clawing back to grateful host mode with impressive ease. If they change their minds and would rather stay home, they don't have to come over. I think all of us could use the distraction. Jason entered the house after Paige, stopping to hold the door for Kate while Paige and I took off our shoes, a newly adopted household habit since my friends had taken up residence in the Blackwood house. A very thoughtful touch of respect from the humans that I couldn't really explain was totally fucking unnecessary without potentially raising questions about why spattered ice cream stays on the kitchen floor and dishes don't magic themselves clean, but the daily dust of normal use never manages to appear, which I don't even actually understand. Best guess? The house only cares about keeping its own surfaces clean while simultaneously being a fucking tattletale that wants to highlight shit you've done wrong. Not that my theories matter, since any explanation would require the M word, and that's not a chat I'm having with Paige. Ella, do you want to eat a little something? Paige frowned at me like a concerned grandma. You should at least sit down and drink some electrolytes. Electrolytes? Ah, yes, projectile vomiting off the Argo porch. Classy, Ella. Super classy. I'm fine, I said. Thanks. Would you two mind putting together some snacks while I talk to Ella upstairs for a few minutes? Kate didn't say it like an actual question. My mind slammed straight into a sheer wall of, you've got to be fucking kidding me, cutting off my wrung out, fucked up brain's access to productive thought, leaving me standing there, staring at Kate, fuck off, perched on the tip of my tongue, even though I couldn't pinpoint the exact root of my rage. I had too many valid reasons, too much other fuckery going on, too big a need for a reason to scream, and no fucks left to care what percentage of my rage rightfully belonged to Kate. Come on, hun. She stopped at the bottom of the steps, smiling kindly as she waited for me. Rage reason number 1. Ranked so due to its immediate pertinence as Kate wrapped her arm around my shoulders like the picture of parental care, gently escorting me up the steps while being fucking cocky enough to leave my human friends unattended in her house. My parents would never have left humans to wander in our home. Not plumbers, not classmates, not friends, no one. I couldn't even invite over more humans than Etherians would be present. Just me home, 1 human friend. Me and mom home, 2 human friends. Full family dinner, 3 human friends. 1 Etherian to watch every human so no human went poking around and found supernatural shit that would fuck life up for everyone. But Kate didn't give a shit about that rule, mostly because, rage reason 2, there was nothing even vaguely supernatural on the first floor of her house for my human friends to find. The lack of supernatural tells on the first floor of an Etherian home is pretty normal. Keeping more conspicuous objects away from casual foot traffic makes sense. When I moved into Kate's, I knew she kept hardcore Etherian shit in the attic, a carefully masked selection of non-human friendly items on the second floor, and maintained the ground floor as a supernatural doodad-free zone. Fine. Great. Except I'm a fucking dumbass who didn't even fucking suspect that when Kate moved me into the bedroom behind the kitchen, she didn't do it to give the traumatized teen her space or even to keep me in the room I'd stayed in when I visited her with my parents. No, she'd put me on the first fucking floor to isolate the disaster of a Sybil from all things Etherian. A point Kate made super fucking clear during the only conversation we'd had since Rage Reason 3 by pointedly displaying her severe disappointment when she figured out I'd been keeping sketches of my visions not only hidden from her, but also, gasp, on the first fucking floor. Kate stepped into her library, holding the door open, waiting for me to pass through so she could lock us in. A childish part of me wanted to plant myself in the hall and refused to shuffle into her office like I'd fucked up at school, but Jason's and Paige's hushed voices below shooed me into the witch's sanctum. With a single visible bookcase, a fireplace, portraits on the walls, and a passable wooden desk, the room had no massive magical tells. Even the runes on the top left corner of the door, half carved into the door frame, half into the door itself, were hard for me to spot as Kate locked the door and reached up to press her palm over the marks. My rune knowledge is fairly shitty, but that particular set of markings I understood the purpose of perfectly even if I couldn't name the individual characters. A simple imbuement beloved by Etherian parents wanting to save their children the trauma of listening to grown-up sexy time. My parents had the same runes on 2 little pieces of wood they'd tack up on their bedroom door wherever we were living. Their sound-blocking rune script served the double purpose of hiding tense conversations as they desperately tried to figure out what to do with their fucked up daughter. Kate double-checked the lock before turning to face me. She met my gaze, not flinching as every bit of anger I'd been twisting into a tiny ball, shoving into the back of my brain where I could mask it well enough for my friends not to spot my simmering rage, unfurled into bitter loathing. Would you like to sit? Kate pointed to one of the chairs near the fireplace. Smarter than her trying to seat me in front of her desk like I'd been called to the principal's office. Still fucking delusional of her to think I'd sit down. I understand you want to be with your friends, Kate said, but we need to take a minute to talk. A laugh caught in my throat. A laugh that grew into a cackle bordering on a scream. Kate just fucking watched me crack. Didn't move. Didn't try to shush me. Of course, why should she fucking care? She'd made sure no one could hear the civil scream. Knowing how powerless I was in the witch's domain twisted a fresh pain in my throat that should have cut off my laugh, but silence was the last torment I could fucking accept, so I shoved sound past the pain and just fucking screamed. Kate still just watched, waiting it out like this was some kind of toddler tantrum she'd predicted. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I stopped when I could only manage to breathe in ragged pants. I hate you, Kate Blackwood. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. What do you want, Kate? I tucked my hands in the back pockets of my jeans, an insult the witch didn't understand. She hesitated a moment, like she was choosing her words carefully, like she'd realized survival instinct and manners were all that kept me from tossing her out her own fucking library window. Her window. Her house that she lets you sleep in. That she feeds you in. I need to know what happened tonight, Kate said. Fuck off. The words just sprang out. Hurt flickered through Kate's eyes. I didn't care. Because of big ol' rage reason number 3. Miss Blackwood, I thank you for your inquiry, but I'm afraid I can't submit to interrogation at this time. Ella, no. I held up a hand, cutting her off like I had someplace else to live lined up. Ever since you showed up at the hospital to question me for hours like I was the criminal instead of the one who'd been fucking kidnapped, you've only wanted to talk to me with a human fucking buffer present. Wait, sorry, that's wrong. I coughed out a laugh. You pulled me aside once for an Etherean chat, not to update me on any of the bullshit that's been happening, but to have a serious talk about your disappointment that I kept my sketches in the room you swore was mine. With your friends staying over because you made them think they have to. You conned them into being the living walls in my padded fucking cell. What other choice did you leave me? Kate gave a little gasp, like she'd startled herself with her own shout. I'm sorry, Ella, but you're a danger to yourself. What? I laughed the question. Kate had the fucking audacity to look sad. Running away from me the day you were kidnapped, hiding weeks of visions from me, going off into the wilderness searching for bones with only a human to protect you. Those bones belong to Clara, a girl who disappeared from your territory, and Clara would never have been found without me. I made my voice stay calm, cold. What did you want me to do instead, Kate? Go along with everyone else in town and pretend nothing happened to her? Pretend she wasn't fucking murdered? You're right. Kate's remains wouldn't have been found without your visions.
Clara's.
What did I just say?
Kate's.
Oh,
That's a
shit.
very different story.
Everyone, I regret to inform you that Kate Blackwood has been murdered.
No, she hasn't. No, if it's on the podcast, it's can't.
No, she hasn't been.
I still need her.
I need her. Oh my God, does that mean that you could kill her in the future?
I mean, there's like one person who's safe.
Ella? Oh, no, I guess not. Yes. Oh my God, is Ella? Oh shit, I can't say that because it's a little bit of a spoiler, not for this series, but for the movie. Is this going to be like Arrival? Arrival with Amy Adams and Jeremy
Oh,
Eckert.
and she already knows she's doomed because she's seen everything in a loop, so this is coming from the end when everything is already awful?
Okay, I just want to go ahead and say that I did say this would be a spoiler, so if that got spoiled for you, I'm sorry. You should still watch the movie because it's fucking brilliant.
No, I don't think that was a spoiler because when spoilers require understanding.
Yeah, that's true. It was great. It was great. If you enjoyed Interstellar, watch Arrival. I honestly think is better.
I think it is better too, but no, saying like, it's a loop and she's at the fucked up end doesn't change.
Right,
anything.
right, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
we need to continue.
As a fellow time traveler, I can tell you the time really is a loop. We just experience it linearly. Okay, I'm going to go back. Okay, here we go. Those bones belong to Clara,
I'm so excited for when you eventually post the videos and people can see me just side-eye blinking at you.
At some point, that's going to be something that I do backstage while I am a time traveler with the last name Brown. Those bones belong to Clara, a girl who disappeared from your territory, and Clara would never have been found without me. I made my voice stay calm, cold. What did you want me to do instead, Kate? Go along with everyone else in town and pretend nothing happened to her? Pretend she wasn't fucking murdered? You're right. Clara's remains wouldn't have been found without your visions. She did disappear from my territory, and a lot of people around here are going to have to carry the weight of not having done more to find her. But neither your gifts nor anyone else's guilt justify you putting yourself in danger. Are you fucking kidding me? Ella, I understand why you felt you needed to help. Kate switched to the offensive, her stance stiffening, her direction. Ella, you stand here right now. Go stage right. Ella, I understand why you felt you needed to help. Kate switched to the offensive, her stance stiffening, her diction gaining an extra crispness. What I cannot understand is why you would run around risking your life when I know your parents taught you so much better than that. I waited for guilt or grief to twist in my gut. Neither pierced my anger. You're too smart for me to believe you didn't actively choose not to trust me with what you'd seen. You made the decision to endanger yourself, and I can't trust you not to do it again. So yes, I am using your friends as a playpen, because the only other way I could think to keep you where you're supposed to be and away from problems that aren't a teenager's to face was locking you in a room and cutting off communication with the outside world. Rage vanished, replaced by something colder and worse. I think she felt it too. Fuck you. She had the decency to swallow hard, like she was having trouble choking down her own bullshit. Ella, I apologize. If you want me out of Laureldale, just do it. I wanted her to say, fine, get out. Not because I wanted to be dragged away from the fragile sliver of a life I'd built in Laureldale, and definitely not because I had any fucking intention of letting Kate have any say in where I went after my Blackwood cage. I just wanted a reason to scream again, but she didn't rise to the bait. Ella, I want you here, and I truly believe this is the best place for you. Tears glistened in Kate's eyes. It's my duty to keep you safe, and if you don't like how I do it, that's something I'll have to get used to. Which of your parenting books fed you that line? I nodded to the shelf of brightly colored spines. The same one that said, I can't engage with your anger. We came in here to talk about what happened at the bandstand. We got off track. I'm just going to take a second to explain part of the reading process of this. It's very interesting. It's very like what I envision. Well, no, I've done film acting, so it's a little bit akin to film acting, where it's just incredible the amount of emotions you go through. I don't think people realize that acting, if you're doing it right, you do feel at least a hint of the emotions that the characters feel. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because I feel like it's so easy to look and be like, oh, wow, they're so good at acting. It's like, yeah, but it's a toll, man. Like, you are feeling those emotions. So it's very interesting.
Oh, the wrong show can be like, fucking
it can be detrimental.
Exhausting.
Yeah, it really can. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought that was kind of, I don't know if that's an interesting insight, but I feel like it was worth mentioning. Because I actually started making myself upset and getting teary eyed for Kate. Well, because it needs that, right? Like, these are beautiful words. They need good acting. Okay.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah. Where the hell was I? Okay. Yes, I got us. Which of your parenting books fed you that line? I nodded to the shelf of brightly colored spines. The same one that said, I can't engage with your anger. We came in here to talk about what happened at the bandstand. We got off track. I stared at her, watching her flounder as seconds ticked past before she finally managed. What happened at the bandstand, Ella? Why? Did I endanger myself too much by trying to help? Should I have ignored the vision and just let a stage full of kids die? No, I'm proud of what you did. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. But an action being moral doesn't mean it comes without consequences, Kate said. I need to know what happened. Fuck you. I had a vision of the stage. There was a weird glow up in the rafters, and then the whole roof came down. Just a glow, I nodded. No one tampering with the bandstand. Nope, the only people on the bandstand were the dancers, and everyone else was blurry spectators. But I could hear the song they were tapping to when the roof collapsed. A couple minutes later, I heard the same song in the park. My throat tightened, adding a traitorous rasp to my voice. When I realized the moment in the vision was already happening, I ran for the stage, but I didn't make it in time. Kate furrowed her fucking brow. You didn't? Did you miss the part about the boy whose leg got crushed by a beam? You still saved his life. You saved all those dancers' lives. A deeper kind of anger than anything I could summon toward Kate tightened a spiked, frozen band around my ribs. I'm pretty sure the crushed kid wouldn't agree. You can't stop please don't try to be comforting right now. I'd rather finish being questioned and go back to my playpen. Kate flinched at that one, but actually listened to what I'd said. Is there anything else I need to know about tonight? She asked. You should check in with Luca. He's the one who shouted the bomb warning to clear the area. I doubt anyone will guess that terrifying-ass voice came from him, but maybe he noticed something I didn't. Anything else? Kate paled. Yes, actually. Fuck you. Fuck you. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to the Nicolix. Sheriff Archer will be receiving the report that identifies Clara's body tomorrow afternoon. Her identity will be immediately leaked to the public. Luca shouldn't find out like that. No, he shouldn't. The spikes driving into my ribs dug deeper. You need to be prepared for Sheriff Archer to want to speak to you again. Inhaling shot pain up my spine. Fuck him, anything else? You should stop in my bathroom on your way downstairs. After tonight, your mind will be grateful for any help you can give it. Go to your bathroom, slice my finger open, do a sticky-ass blood ritual to keep the big scary visions out. Great, what else? Kate stared at me like she thought I might offer the else. There's a little knife in the drawer by my sink and Band-Aids and rubbing alcohol in the medicine cabinet. She unlocked the door and stepped aside, clearing my escape path. I took the opening, managing to get all the way to touching the doorknob before she spoke. It's not your job to save everyone, Ella. Trying is the only thing that makes the hell in my head worth it. I tossed open the library door and walked the fuck away. I nicked my finger too deep, adding to the post-ritual blood cleanup so by the time I made it downstairs, I could fake a normal breath. Then I saw my friends and didn't have to fake it anymore. They'd gathered in the living room with snacks and cocoa. They'd even left my favorite seat open with my preferred blanket tucked beside it, waiting to be snuggled. I watched them scrolling through movie titles for a while, basking in the comradely bliss, absorbing the reminder of how lucky I was to have them as my playpen. Sydney and Andre ended up staying through 2 movies. When they left, I told Paige and Jason they could go too, but both insisted on sleeping over. After Jason did a full check of all the windows and doors on the first floor, to keep others out, not to lock me in. At least that's what I told myself. He fished a toothbrush from the bottom of his backpack and curled up on the couch, which he insisted was comfortable even though he in no way fit. Paige already had her toiletries in my bathroom and her phone charger waiting on the nightstand beside the extra bed Kate had smushed into my room. That made Paige and me like roommates, right? Closer to the college dorm experience I'd never have than an in-room warden making sure I didn't find ways to endanger myself in the middle of the night. Right? Paige finished getting ready for bed before me, but she didn't lie down like usual. Instead, she sat on the edge of her mattress, staring through the floor at some thought buried deep below ground. I let her linger there until I climbed into bed. Paige? I gave my blanket a gentle thwap. She jolted at the flutter of movement. Do you need the light anymore? I asked. I'm good. Paige chewed her lips, a clear sign of non-goodness. What's wrong? She's been conned into Sybil wrangling? What's not wrong? Can I... Paige winced, then let out a long exhale. Can I be selfish for a second? I'm not sure you're capable of being selfish, but I'd love to watch you give it a try. Paige's wince deepened. Is it okay to ask what happened before the bandstand collapsed or blew up or whatever the hell went wrong? I tipped my head, furrowing my brow. My heartbeat so calm, a werewolf would have believed my innocent confusion. What do you mean? Paige's legs started to bounce, but she held my gaze. I don't want to bring bad shit up before bed, but my brain keeps snagging on it and can't let it go. Let what go? You bolted for the bandstand almost a minute before everyone else started running the other way. How inconvenient yet predictable of you to remember, Paige Paxman. Did you hear something or see something? She so helpfully supplied. But Paige has no tricks to teach this master. Can you... I glanced toward the bedroom door before continuing in a whisper. Just promise you won't tell anyone, okay? Paige frowned, and I swear to fuck I could see her mind racing through a million horrible possibilities. I gave her an extra long beat to stew. It's just... Weighty sigh. I know was that a weighty enough sigh?
That was a great weighty sigh.
Okay, great.
I'm proud of your weighty sigh.
Thanks. It's just... Weighty sigh. I know everyone is worried about me, and the whole thing is so stupid. I love that you're laughing. I dragged my hands down my face. I just read what's coming. I forgot about this. If you're a music theater fan, I hope you get this. We'll explain it at the end if you're not. One of the places I lived with my parents, the friend I got closest to, Cassie, was in this dance troupe that performed different places all over the country. Her family was really nice.
That's county.
Wait, what?
Different places all over the county.
Oh my God, it is. Okay.
No,
yeah,
she's not going
changes.
all over the country. She's going to county fairs.
I don't know. I went across the country to perform in my show choir. We never won, but we tried.
No. She's going to the county fair. She's going to that telethon for the local news station.
Okay.
They are at that old folks home tapping on the tile. Like, this is where Cassie's at.
Oh my God. Did I ever tell you? Oh God, did I ever tell you about the time that, speaking of going to old folks' homes, that a group of friends
the
Jackson Four, oh my God, we thought we were so clever. And looking back on it now, I would like to apologize because that is wholly inappropriate.
Okay, I think you need to explain that you were four little white boys?
No, it was me, a very, very, very gay white boy. Sorry, that was not me explaining me, another guy, very, very gay, and actually the only open gay guy in my high school. I was Jackson, Tennessee, man, is very, very, very conservative. And then two of the girls that were in our show choir. So we were all in show choir. We got together with a piano player and we went around to different places, coffee houses and retirement communities, and performed Christmas music. So,
yes, but it
was volunteer. It was volunteer.
Four little white children.
It was
from
four
Jackson,
little white children from
Tennessee.
Jackson as the Jackson Four, because that's appropriate. Anyway.
Okay, on the plus side, you were very young and you were performing for old people.
Well, we thought that it was just a cute play on words. And also, we all really liked Michael Jackson.
So, you know what? Like, I feel like you were... That's fine. I feel like that's one that you can be like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just like...
I feel like that's...
I understand now as an almost 40-year-old man. It's like that.
Yeah, but I feel like that's worth a side eye.
Yeah.
Like a huge reprimand. That's like a dude, who the fuck let you get away with that?
Yeah.
What adult said that was okay?
No, I don't think any adults were involved. It was literally just us.
There was an adult at the nursing home. There was an adult at the nursing home that booked you. That was like, oh, white children being the Jackson Four. What a treat for our racist ass elders in Jackson, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay, not that. I'm not trying to say that anyone in any specific location is statistically more or less likely to be racist, because I don't have that data.
No. In Tennessee,
I don't have that data, so we're not going to present it.
I grew up there.
We have no data. We're not going to present it.
My parents were racist. Okay.
Anecdotal evidence. The ratio is fucking high.
It is high. It is high. But it honestly, it was the kind of racism though where people did not fully understand. Like, my parents didn't think that they were racist, but looking back on shit now, being older and wiser, I'm like, oh no, no. There were things that were not okay. Anyway, so yeah, Jackson 4, that happened. Okay, going back into Cassie. Don't pop the hip. One of the places I lived with my parents, the friend I got closest to, Cassie, was in this dance troupe that performed different places.
You need to go back to the beginning of the paragraph.
Oh, that's true. We need the weighty sigh. You're right. Okay. It's just weighty sigh.
That's better.
I know everyone is worried about me, and the whole thing is so stupid. I dragged my hands down my face. One of the places I lived with my parents, the friend I got closest to, Cassie, was in this dance troupe that performed different places all over the county. Her family was really nice, and they'd take me with them to the events. We'd all watch Cassie dance, and it was a lot of fun. Her group did a tap number to the same song that was playing in the park. When I heard it, I don't know. I went for a sad, crooked smile.
That's a really good sad, crooked smile.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go back and do it again so I can get into it. Okay. I'm in a place. Don't bother me. I'm acting. When I heard it, I don't know. I went for a sad, crooked smile. I panicked, I guess. For a second, in my head, it was her dance troupe on stage, and I got really excited, but then I thought I'd fucked up and forgotten I was supposed to be watching, so I ran for the bandstand. By the time I remembered we're in Laureldale and Cassie lives on the other side of the fucking country, hell had broken out, and it was awful, but I saw Sheriff Archer, so I headed for him, which ended up being a bad plan, but I can't really blame Ella Panic Brain for running straight toward disaster, since the logic of going to the sheriff for safety makes sense. In a delusional world where he isn't a useless fuck. I'm so sorry, Ella. At least... Paige scrunched her eyes shut, shaking her head at herself. Shit, that sounds awful. What? She didn't open her eyes. At least it seems like watching Cassie dance is a happy memory. It is. Because that's how a good lie works. Bitch. Sorry, there's no bitch in there. I just want there to be.
I appreciate your
because that's how a good lie works, bitch.
That's how a good lie works, motherfucker. We are so good at staying on track tonight.
Yeah, you know what? Hey,
Alonzo.
That's what makes our podcast our podcast.
That the entire fucking thing is a side
What was it
quest.
Justin said? He was like, the podcast is like about the story a little bit, and then it's mostly about cats. It's like, yeah, well, you know, that's us.
Speaking of cats.
Oh, see, it's happening, and this isn't me this time.
No. I'll tell you after the episode.
Okay, all right, great.
Continue.
Okay,
Or
continue.
no, after the chapter.
After the chapter. Got
Yes,
it.
okay.
Okay, great. At least it seems like watching Cassie dance is a happy memory. It is, because that's how a good lie works. I'm sorry I worried you with my drama. I crawled under my blankets, staying upright enough I could still reach the light. Worrying is in my top 10 skills. Paige opened her eyes, her smile seemingly genuine as she winked. I'm done with the light. I flicked it off as she climbed into bed. I'd just finished twisting my hair away from my neck and settling onto my pillow when Paige spoke again. Can I ask one more thing? Can I stop you? Sure. I rolled to face her silhouette. About Evan. Yeah? Do you really like him? Like you've thought this through and you genuinely want to date him? I suppressed my giggle at Paige's meticulously non-judgmental tone, because I will try to find something not awful about him if my giggles burst free. I will, Paige joined in. For you, I would find a way to less than loathe that insecure yet dripping with narcissism fuckface. Oh, really? I could find something to appreciate. I don't know if I believe you. I mean, 2 long beats passed. Okay, so I'd have to think about it. Sure. Ooh, I've got it. Walking around school with your shoes untied is a pet peeve of mine, and I never catch Evan with floppy laces. Floppy laces? Giggles turned into full-on laughter. They bother me. We managed to find 4 Evan traits Paige could stand before drifting to sleep. In the dream, I'm falling too fast.
I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, you have to say something.
You.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Wait, are you doing music?
Asterisk.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you.
Well, because you don't have any music for this transition.
Okay.
No, that's not the right transition. Do we ever have asterisk mid-Ella chapter?
No, we don't.
So then why would there be an asterisk here?
Wait, no. What? No, what? This is Ella, right? Are you fucking shitting mommy right now?
I had to tell you that it's not Ella because the only visual cue is the asterisk and the fact that we haven't done the asterisk.
Ooh.
So if you just put it in with no asterisk, there's no clue that it's different. And if you put it in with Watcher music, there's no clue that it's different. So I had to tell you that both of those choices are wrong.
Oh, it's not the Watcher or Ella?
No.
The fuck, Megan Elizabeth?
That's why I had to tell you right now so you didn't put in the wrong music. Because if you put in the wrong music, it becomes canon. It would be the wrong canon.
Oh, I wasn't putting in. I didn't figure it was Watcher. I figured it was Ella.
It's not Ella.
Are you fucking serious?
I wanted to tell you this in the podcast so that you would be caught on camera.
God
That's
bless.
why I put a note in the document saying Megan podcast so that I could interrupt you. So you need a new music cue.
I would like everyone to know that I've been fucking played.
But I'm not going to say that you should have a new music cue for tomorrow's episode. I'm saying that you should begin creating a new theme.
Holy shit.
So that next time we create this character, because I gave you no warning that this was happening and the episode needs to be posted in like 5 hours.
Oh.
So you can't make new music in this moment. So this time we'll do asterisk, 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 but it is a different musical need.
What the fuck?
Okay, are you ready for asterisk, asterisk, asterisk?
No. I have trust issues. The hell is this shit?
I have trust issues. We have cats.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Okay, are you ready? I'm going to asterisk, asterisk, asterisk.
Asterisk? Asterisk, asterisk,
I can't say that word very well.
Yeah, asterisk
I'm
is
sorry
weird.
I interrupted you, but it needed... Can you go back to Paige's last couple lines?
No, fuck off. Okay, yeah, I can.
Okay, back to floppy laces. That's
I
a good
feel
line.
betrayed.
Flaccid laces.
I know it's a dick joke. It's funny. Mm-hmm. Floppy laces? Giggles turned into full-on laughter. They bother me. We managed to find 4 Evan traits Paige could stand before drifting to sleep.
Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk.
It's asterisk.
Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk.
Good job. That's hard.
It is hard.
In the dream, I'm falling too fast to catch myself, and I don't mind. I can see the ground as it races toward me. Jagged rocks promise my death will be painful. That's good. The way it should be. Payment for the life I stole. I spread my arms wide, embracing the end, but impact never comes. I just keep falling, trapped a breath away from agony, powerless to stop the fall, unable to reach the justice the rocks promise. The worst part isn't being stuck in the dream. It's knowing nightmares are nothing compared to what I deserve, and sins like mine never manage to stay hidden. Okay, I'm going to guess that this is actually from the person who murdered Clara.
I'm not going to answer your guess because mwahaha, motherfucker.
That's okay. I also know who the Watcher is. And
No,
I'm not
you
gonna
don't.
Yes, I fucking do.
No, you don't. Like,
No?
I love your determination that you're right.
So,
And I also think...
am I
like-
allowed to make a guess on the episode?
No, I don't think so because I don't want you to slant other people's views.
Okay, fair point. That's fair. That's fair.
But you're wrong.
I believe you.
I thank you, sir. Okay. The whole time I was really worried I was going to brain injury and forget to interrupt you for the asterisk.
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 Yeah, asterisk.
Asterisk.
Yeah, but it's not
That's
asterisk.
almost as bad as trying to say the word milk.
Oh my God. Say if.
If.
If. Now, use that milk.
Milk.
That's closer.
Milk.
Not quite.
Milk. That one hurts my tongue. Okay, just move on. This isn't fun anymore.
Okay, all right.
You know what else is weird?
What?
Oh, this one hurts my tongue too. Wolf.
Wolf.
Like the dog that sounds like
Oh, you
woof.
mean woof?
Yeah.
So you're talking about like the sound a dog makes?
No.
Or you're talking about the actual wolf?
Yeah, wolf.
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 You know, I wonder if it's something in your musculature that you're just
My
unable
tongue
to
is like,
use
fuck
yeah.
that noise. I don't want to do that.
Wolf.
Wolf.
We have a wolf. Well, how do you say the plural of wolf?
Wolves.
Wolves. Oh my God.
But no one ever questions me when they're like, what are you talking about with wolves? But if I say a wolf, they're like,
it's a horsey
bark,
with its
bark.
little wolves.
you're not a wolf. Well, no, because then they think I mean a dog because they're like, you call dogs wolves. And I'm like, no, murder dogs. Wolves.
Murder dogs. No.
No, like-
Okay, hold on. Just to be clear. Oh, first of all, I want to move this back. Just to be clear, we actually love wolves and do not support the shooting of them. Now, okay, I will say with the caveat that if sometimes the predator-prey population does have to be controlled, we both grew up in rural areas, so that is a thing. But just hunting them for sport, It's gotten out of hand. So don't do it. Okay. I'm sorry if that's too political for this podcast, but don't kill the wolves.
No, I think don't kill majestic animals so you can, like, have funsies.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna kill something, at least have a purpose behind it besides making
shooting
your
them
dick
from
feel
helicopters.
bigger.
Yeah.
Like, if it just makes your dick feel bigger, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
If you're
that's
gonna,
true.
like, eat it, then I'm like, oh, okay, well, that happens anyway. But if it's just like, I want to feel like I have a big schlong. Here's my lion head, fuckers. My penis is so tiny.
But if
like,
it's something where they're upsetting the natural balance of something, then sure.
Well, no, because we fucked nature so much that eventually,
what are you talking about? Yeah.
They're dropping mosquitoes in Hawaii.
Wait, whoa, what?
You didn't hear about that?
No, what?
Helicopters have to drop mosquitoes in Hawaii. The world is so fucked. Helicopters have to airdrop mosquitoes to Hawaii.
Wait, I thought that it was decided that actually of all of the... I didn't think they were a cornerstone species. Are they really?
I don't know.
Wait, are you saying that the alien in fucking Lilo and Stitch was right?
Was fucking right.
Okay, careful because you're gonna peak the mic.
I couldn't read the article because looking at the
Are
article
you
started.
serious?
It was a helicopter with like this bag, almost like a fish tank bag, like a Scoopy bag.
Sure.
So like a wire with like a net, but without the handle. But it was like that bullshit hanging from a fucking helicopter flying over fucking Hawaii. Just gonna like drop that shit. And I couldn't read the rest of the article because it was too upsetting.
Are they that big of a feeding species? Like, are they?
I didn't read the article. The picture
Holy
was
shit.
too disturbing.
That's crazy. Okay,
I just like the God no.
My mind has now been blown twice tonight. Okay, wow, shit. Okay,
but at least I'm not saying you need to have new music for the new asterisk.
Yeah, I fucking appreciate that shit.
But next time,
what a mind fuck! I love how you didn't tell me last night. You just kind of let me go.
Well, I thought you were gonna notice.
No, I thought, because honestly, what I thought was talking about the jagged rocks, I was like, oh, it's Ella. And then I was like, life that she took. Well, this is interesting. I guess this is something that'll unfold. Now it makes much more sense. That's very interesting. So, why don't you, because I always like starting this way, tell us about how you're feeling about the story.
Well, I got to do my mwahaha, so like I feel sated. Like, okay. I got to mwahaha the you didn't guess it, but look how clever I am moment.
Yeah,
so I feel like I can.
Well, why would I guess it? We've been through a whole book, and now we're on chapter 5 of this one. You haven't introduced another point of view. This is fucking crazy, yo. I love it. I'm here for it.
Well, the thing is, in the book, like if you were reading the paperback, when people read the paperback of this, I don't want it to be obvious at this point of like, oh, wait, it's just for podcast people. If I don't mention it now, they never get that clue.
Sure.
So this is like the moment. And from here on out, they're just going to get the audio clue of like, here is different music, bitch.
Well, and I also try to give it a break.
No. But I mean, like, you'll have the audio cue of like, previously on. Here we go into the episode, the watcher. So there will be a different audio cue for podcast people. So there will be something they can hear because it's not fair.
No, you're right.
To only give the cue visually.
That's fair.
It's like, and it sucks that I outed it so much, but it was such a fun moment. Like telling you, it was worth it.
Okay. I need you to do me a huge favor and tell me what kind of feel you're going for. Like what sort of. You don't have to tell me the instruments, but just give me like an idea for a feel, and then I'll compose something for you for next time. Just in case, because I don't know when the hell this is going to pop back up again. Because I don't get to know that. I don't think you guys understand. I do not get advance notice of this shit.
I didn't know we needed a new music piece. It was really fun. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, so 2 great things about this chapter. 1, it gives us a bit of insight into what happened between books. Mm-hmm. Right? Because we didn't know any of the shit between Kate and Ella happened. Which, by the way, is super fucked. And like, I understand... This is a very much an am I the asshole moment, right? Mm-hmm. Is Kate the asshole? And I'm not like, a little bit, yes. But I also am kind of like, well, the problem is that before Ella came under her care, this entire area has been hers to fucking take care of. So she has to look at the bigger picture, right? So
she has to look at the bigger picture, but you also have to consider the danger of having a Sybil in your house.
Oh, yeah, no shit. Yeah.
Because a Sybil is, if you know what a Sybil is capable of catching any moment in your future life at any possible time.
Is that why it's so spick and span? Is she literally trying to erase every physical, like,
Oh, in
anomaly?
her house?
Yeah.
No, that's not it. The house is just being a little bit of a neat freak.
Okay.
No, but with me, it's like if I have in my head the thoughts of all these horrible people all these horrible things that could be coming.
Yeah.
The Ethereum-based detectives that I've been working with.
Yes.
The people I've been talking to. Like everything that she is exposing herself to.
Yeah.
Ella could catch a vision of.
Okay.
So by limiting her contact with Ella while she's trying to figure out who the fuck kidnapped her ward, she's limiting Ella's exposure time to herself.
Okay.
So it sucks and it's not the smartest thing to do.
Yeah.
But in her head, she's not like, fuck you, Ella. She's like, I have big problem. I make bigger problem if I'm in your presence and shit goes down. So to minimize problem,
Yeah.
So it's not like great parenting move, but it isn't like, fuck you, Ella. It's like, I'm trying to balance what's best for everyone, and there is no best for everyone.
Right. So, but that said, do you in any way hold her to be the asshole?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Because if you have a teen and you pawn that teen off on other teens instead of a responsible adult, like, quite frankly, if I were Kate and I couldn't handle Ella, she would have gone straight to the Nicolix.
Sure, yeah.
She would have gone straight to an Ethereum family who she, even if they didn't know everything that happened, they know she's a Sybil. Even if she was like, she can't talk about it because I've forbidden her, I'm going to be back. At least you'd be with people who understand it's not PTSD panic attacks that are happening.
But how much would it fuck with Ella to be like, okay, here's your new werewolf family? Like, you know?
But the thing is, having any adult guidance.
Sure.
That's the thing, is that you forget that even though we haven't really interacted with them, Violet has a mom and a dad. And an older and a younger brother. Like, she is a solid family of 5 in this, like, actual, like, familial unit.
Oh my God, she's the only one of her Ethereum friends because Caleb doesn't have a...
No.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you can't deal with this kid, what would you do?
Yeah.
I would send it to the adults who are successfully keeping other children alive,
Sure.
not being like, teens, could you, like... Don't let her die for a while, okay? I really need you to keep her alive. That's all I need. Just keep her alive because I have to. So can you keep her alive till I'm done with?
It's kind of like hiring a horse to babysit your dog.
Thank you, John Mulaney.
Yeah,
okay, continue.
Okay. The other great thing is that it shows her core group of friends realizing something's up with Ella. Something's up with Elle. Something's up with Elle.
Okay,
so that's a
thank you, Nightmare Before Christmas.
You're welcome.
We are into references today.
We are. So anyway, I thought that was interesting, and it's not who I thought it was going to be, because I had predicted it was going to be Jason was the first one, but it's Paige, which makes total fucking sense.
Well, Paige Paxman is Paige Paxman.
She is, with her fucking weird photo murder board. I thought this was a good time also to talk about the 3 chapter 1s, because we see a bit of that come back. There was something, and maybe I...
Oh yeah, so the very first episode of this season, we read through 2 of the... I wrote 3 versions of the beginning of the book, because beginning a book is really fucking hard. And with this one, I can't, fix it later. So I wrote 3 versions so I could start from there, because I couldn't re-edit when I was done. And so it's been weird for me because I have these 2 other versions of the beginning, which gave 2 separate sets of information, all of which was vital. So working that same information in at other points has been a mindfuck.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sorry. Okay, continue.
No, that's okay. But that specific moment that I actually read it and I went, babe, didn't you give this information already? And it was the whole, there could be no more humans than there were Ethereans at home. And it's like, we already, and Megan went, no, that was in one of the 3 we didn't use. And I was like, oh shit, okay.
Mm-hmm. That Ella's parents were super strict about the Etherean to human ratio in the household.
Going back to the house cleaning itself, what does that remind you of? Of yours? Beville? Yeah? Did you do that on purpose?
Oh, that's true. No, I didn't. But okay, so in the the Tale of Bryan Adams series, which starts with how I magically messed up my life in 4 freaking days. The house in Beville does
sentient.
clean itself.
Yeah, it's sentient.
This house is not sentient.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's not like Ella's imbuing.
Yeah.
No, the house is just like, it surfaces, like there's runes that like, no, we don't have to mop floors.
Mm-hmm.
We don't wipe counters. Like, so big piles of dust that the rune wasn't built to handle.
Yeah.
Like a Caleb standing in a window dripping a gallon of water because he's been standing outside stalking Ella's window for too long.
Yeah.
Like the house isn't going to clean that shit up. But
Right.
if it's like, oh, you got some like outside dust on the floor, like it's fine. It's going to be fine.
Yeah. It's interesting. By the way, I don't think this is too much of a spoiler, but at one point, Bryant gets kind of thrown into this trapdoor area, and the house eventually decides, you know what? You deserve to get out. So it lets him out.
No, this house is not sentient. Like
Okay.
that house is very much sentient.
That house is super cool. I love that house.
This
in
house
Beville.
isn't sentient. It is imbued with things that have been requested. So like it can't have runes everywhere to keep every surface clean, but it can be imbued with cleanliness.
Okay.
So it can, but you can't do all the dishes because you'd have to mark every fucking dish.
Right.
So it's like, what do you...
Yeah. The M word, an explanation that would require the M word, and that's not a chat I'm having with Paige. Foreshadowing much? Because that's exactly what ends up happening at the end of the chapter. And Ella's like, oh, fuck. No,
No, because they're not having a chat about magic.
No, they're not, but that's where the chat stems from. So it's like she redirects like a fucking boss, but still, she should go into politics.
Like a boss.
I had too many valid reasons, too much other fuckery going on, too big a need for a reason to scream, and no fucks left to care what percentage of my rage rightfully belonged to Kate. I just love that line. That line
thanks.
is so good. That's
I worked
all.
on that one pretty hard.
Yeah, it shows. It's really good. Is this a sales pitch to all the parents out there? Hey, do you want some runes that'll make it so your kids can't hear
Okay,
sexy
read the
time?
passage or they won't
Sorry.
know what you're talking about.
A simple imbuement beloved by Etherean parents wanting to save their children the trauma of listening to grown-up
Don't
sexy
you
time.
wish all, like, no, I wish all roommates had that. The amount of, this is, okay, little ones, plug your ears. Hopefully if you're too little, you're not listening to this. But the amount of awkward sexy time we had to listen to in cast housing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think we have heard more awkward sex in our lives than most other people. And if there were a way to just silence that shit so I didn't have to know that some people don't know how to count on the 2 and 4 even when it comes to sex.
Oh my God.
Would be great. But I mean, sometimes I put my fantasies into books, and having something to be like, I don't want to fucking hear anything. I don't want anyone to fucking hear me. Like, that's a dream.
Rhythm's important, y'all. I tucked my hands in the back pockets of my jeans, an insult the witch didn't understand. I loved that. I immediately turned to Megan and I went, oh shit. She's like, I consider you so little of a fucking threat that it's like, I'm putting my hands in my back pockets. And then you added...
And it's also exposing her jugular and her soft middle.
And she's like,
she's
go
like,
ahead.
I don't, like, what the fuck you gonna do to me? I know you're not gonna kill me, bitch.
Yeah. This was another one of those moments when you had a me instead of my. And it was, what is it? But to have a serious talk about your disappointment that I kept me sketches in the room you swore was mine. And I was like, they're pirate maps. Arr.
Ella's keeping, wait, no. I'm Ella and I'm keeping me sketches of the visions hidden. They're me Sybil treasure. I don't know why me and my fingers just don't, they can't tell the difference.
Yeah. So we already hit one point of this, but the other point of this, a comment that I have, but an action being moral doesn't mean it comes without consequences. And Megan goes, I'm a fucking sage, bitches. You talk about your thoughts on that line?
Well, no, because it's true. Just because you do the right thing doesn't mean it's gonna go fucking well for you.
Well, kind of like Luca being like, there's a bomb. It's like,
yeah,
that's
like
the right thing to do. But
like, it's a bad thing to do, but it's the right thing to do. But that's a felony, dude. Like, that could go really bad for you. Just because he was right in that moment, because that was the thing to do to save maximum lives.
Yeah.
And do the biggest alert, because clearing the stage, just shouting clear the stage isn't going to work. You have to do bigger.
Yeah, true.
You have to go bigger. You have to make a mass exodus And that is the best thought I could find. And it's a very, very bad thing to do, but it's moral, but there could be consequences.
Well, it's also very, like in high school, we received bomb threats when I was in high school.
Well,
so
that's why it's like such a bad thing. But with
Yeah.
the teen conscience, it's there.
Yeah.
Like
it is.
bomb, in my almost 40-year-old head, like bomb threats are like a vague thought, but to students that we've had who are close to this age group, it's like a thing.
Yeah, it is.
Like active shooter drills, it's there.
But what's interesting is that like that was that was like right around Columbine, because I'm like, Columbine is when like we really started seeing all of the active shooter drills, especially. But the bombing was like around it. Well, it is. And I'm not saying this the way that others have said it, but it is a very, very unfortunate fact of life that this thing happens. And I think that shying away from it's not the right answer. I think talking about it so that we can bring more awareness and make sure that it stays at the forefront of our minds, because so many times...
I also think that because a lot of my readers and listeners are actually adults, and a lot of adults like to ignore the fact that this is reality for kids. Like,
I don't know that readers, like avid readers, never necessarily do.
No, but it's a lot of...
empathetic.
Well, if you don't have a kid that's in school,
Sure.
you don't necessarily know. The only reason I know how bad it is because I have students who are school age.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Well, and nephews who are school age, and a sister who is a teacher. So yeah, it's something. So going to people who saved the day from bad shit like that happening, I made a realization about Ella, and I wrote down this at its heart, like Laureldale in total, is a superhero story, like a dark superhero story. But yeah, it is, and I made that realization with the line, Kate says, "It's not your job to save everyone, Ella," and Ella responds, "This is so sad. Trying is the only thing that makes the hell in my head worth it." So it just reveals so much about her. It's not just that she is this highly altruistic person. It's that if I'm gonna fucking suffer with this bullshit of a power that I have, I'm gonna make it mean something. And it is just so superhero. It's awesome. Yeah, anyway. I'm a sap, I know.
But I love you.
I
love you for it, not in spite of it.
No. The gentle thwap. Megan's like, is thwap too much? Is a thwap too loud to sound with a blanket?
Thwap is like a... Because to me, a thwap is like a hoppa. But then it's like if you wanted to like really get someone's attention by flicking a blanket, you'd be like, wha-bam! But a thwap is like a gentle flutter. Do I have your attention? Can I get you back?
Tell us about her friend, Cassie,
Okay.
in case you didn't catch this.
I'm talking about
I have no
Ella's
more beer.
imaginary dancing friend, Cassie.
Yes.
Cassie is the name of a very very famous dancing character from a very famous dancing musical, Chorus Line, which is different from the musical 42nd Street.
Yes.
That the song that they were tapping to was actually from. Ella is not like versed on musical theater, but she's been shoved into enough friend groups that she knows that musical theater people talk about.
Don't pop the hip, Cassie.
Yeah. So she's like, fuck, I need a name to go with this imaginary dancing friend, Cassie. Which makes sense because if you're going to tell a lie, you need a hint of truth. And so even having that association of my musical theater friend, Cassie. Like, you're not going to forget her name if you're like, I named her after this standard musical theater trope.
Yeah.
Cassie. So that's why that's in the lie, is that she knows enough about musical theater to be like, Cassie is a dancer. Great, that works.
Yeah. So last two things. Mm-hmm. They're both in the same section here. So with Paige asking Ella about, does she really like Evan? I love how Ella never says no. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Is she keeping this facade up for a reason? Because she doesn't like Evan. There's no way she likes Evan. Tell me she doesn't like Evan. Okay.
Does even Evan like Evan?
No, I can tell you from experience, Evan does not like Evan. Also, does Paige know more than she's letting on? What is she so concerned about? Does this kind of tie back into the KAT? I'm interested. I don't know. You're not going to tell me shit, are you?
No.
This is bullshit.
But I think it's a very interesting connection you made.
Well, I'm trying to put the pieces together like a really bad detective.
You're my really bad detective.
I am.
And I love you for that
Sherlock
so
Holmes,
much.
I am not.
No, but I'm not going to answer that one. That's going to be a big old no.
Oh, okay. Well, that is it for my questions. Do you have anything else that you wanted to add or wanted to talk about?
Wait, about the chapter or for the episode?
I whatever. Either one.
Are you done with the chapter?
I'm done with the chapter.
Okay, so I'm done with the chapter too because it's one of those things where I'm like, I have a lot to say, but that's
You can't say it. Yeah, I get you.
I cannot. Thank you, Jurassic Park, for anyone.
Damn, I hate this hack of shit.
But I did want to say that
That was a really bad Samuel Jackson. I'm sorry.
Really bad Samuel Jackson. But not only do I have my very fancy book cart for Tampa, I am also on 10 panels.
Yes, which is this weekend.
It is this weekend.
Jeez.
I'm in one on the rise of romantasy. I'm in one on writing in general.
So you're allowed to talk about these now.
They're not posted with the times or like the exact names. I'm doing one on world building. I'm running one on world building. I'm also running one on the basics of leaving Amazon and Kindle Unlimited to publish wide. So I have a lot of different panels going on. So if you're going to be in Tampa, come to Tampa Bay Comic-Con. Check it out. There is going to be an official schedule published later. The schedule I have is not the public one yet. But yeah, check out Tampa Bay Comic-Con. If there's one of my panels in particular, you want to know like what day it's on, reach out and definitely let me know because I can at least let you know what day the panel's on, even if it might move by 15 minutes here or there.
And I can't talk to the Zon one, which, by the way, just for clarity, we do still publish on Amazon. Like, absolutely. As an author, you should make Amazon a part of your business model. You just should, because it is the biggest player out there. But it doesn't mean that you need to put all of your what is the word I'm looking for?
Eggs in one basket.
Yes, that's
that
the
cliche.
That cliche.
Oh, that old chestnut.
Oh my god. Anyway, but I can't speak to that one because Megan, I haven't heard that one, but I was present for the Stone by Stone, which is the world building one. Y'all, it was like watching fucking magic. She was talking and I was just in there and I was kind of moderating her, but I was spending most of the time just going, huh? You're so smart. It was just so cool. Anyway, you want to check that out, even if you're not an author, if it's something like you enjoy doing Dungeons and Dragons, or you just enjoy the thought of creating your own world for whatever reason, go. It's awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm not presenting any panels or on any panels at Once Upon a Con up at National Harbor, but I am going to be on some panels in Dragon Con, so do check that out. There's
so much happening this month.
I know, it's a lot. I'm also getting back on the wagon for answering the questions that I am given through my social media messaging about publishing. So if you do have a question that I haven't answered, sorry, I got really pulled away with Miami, kind of blew my brain a little bit. So I am getting back on the wagon with answering those questions on my social media. Mm-hmm. So as always, if you have a question about publishing, about writing, anything, reach out to me on social media, send me a message. I am always happy to answer your questions in video form. I can tag you on the video or not, depending on your preference. But yeah, let me know your questions about writing, publishing, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So why don't you tell them where they can find us?
You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, because I'm like, are you going to say something else?
I'm not going to say anything, no.
Well, you have this pause, and I'm like, and?
I don't know. I don't have an and. Are you waiting for me to give you the else?
Always.
Like Ella.
I'm always waiting for your else. Yeah. I don't know what that means, but
it sounds
awful.
either. That's really strange.
We're going to ignore that.
All right, great.
Okay, but you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you listen to your podcast. Please do take a moment to hit that little subscribe button. It helps us out a lot with our data for shit that we need. Also, if you could like and rate, that is great. But most of all, please do join us for next week's episode of Page by Page Podcast.
Yes, indeed. And as always, thank you for reading. This is my sexy voice. I'm using it to sign off now. You can't really hear it over the music, but it makes me happy.